So here we are once again at Sam's Gap. It is March 2nd, 1:30, and there's the beautiful Mrs. Shoes. We came up and gentlemen are over here having trail magic. There's Hammer and Beast and a couple others. So I'm fixing to jump back on trail, and I have was it 20 miles to get to Uncle Johnny's. So we're gonna do what we feel like doing today and then push a good day tomorrow. I'm just had some major equipment swap outs, smaller pack that I talked about before, and then I got a new shirt. So I'm going to turn it over to to Mrs. Shoes for a minute so she can display what I've got. Here's the new lightweight shirt. We got it at a gear, like a restore. A consignment place, got a good deal on it. Here's the new pack. I've been wanting to get into a pack this size for quite some time, and finally got to do it, so I'm grateful about that. Gonna see how it works. I actually ordered another one already because I'm crazy and need a backup for everything. But anyway, that's what we're working with. All right, here we go. Oof. It'll take a few minutes to get back in the groove. So I'm just a few steps up the trail, and I can already tell that this backpack is the way to go. I'm glad I made the jump and took the risk. There may be times when I have to carry a little bit of food in my arms, but I think it's totally worth it. I'm committed to this route, and I actually, like I said, I actually ordered another one of these Zimmerville backpacks because I really like the fact that you can customize them. I really like the fact that they're inexpensive and very minimal, and there was a couple of features that this one is missing that I wanted added in, and I wanted one that was all black. So I'm pretty excited. Can't wait to get that guy and trade out for this one. But yeah, definitely glad I made the leap. Whew. Should have given myself a haircut maybe next time. But so one of the things I want to comment about this new pack that I really like is the fact that it doesn't have a waist belt at all. And I don't know if you can it allows me free travel of my waist and my hips, and I feel like it really kind of frees me up to move like I'm supposed to. Now it's still you know, you've still got this concentration of weight up on the top of your back, right between your shoulder blades, but it allows you to flex and move. And it reminds me of one of those like little FKT packs, or like it's just a little day pack type thing. Feels good, and I'm really happy to have made the jump. And by the way, it's got a pocket on the bottom like the Palante pack. But what I've been putting in there is my ground sheet, so that I can just whip it out real fast and throw it down somewhere to sit down. And it's on the bottom of the pack, and the ground sheet is Dyneema, so I figured it could kind of dry down there when it's wet, and it's available for quick access when I need it. So I need to make a correction on the mileage. It's 22.9 miles from where I am right now to the Nolichucky River, which is where Uncle Johnny's is, and I'm already maybe 2 miles in, so 25 miles for the today and tomorrow, which is no big deal. I'll be there, but anyway, just want to make that correction. Glad I looked it up before I counted on the mileage too much.
Getting ready to move, that's all we're getting ready.
All right, so I happened upon the What Brothers
What brothers?
What brothers?
What? What?
What brothers?
What is that?
Why are you called the what brothers?
What?
Neither one of us has hearing aids.
Oh.
And so every time somebody says something, we say, what?
We're in the Army together and now we can't hear anything.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you guys earlier, and definitely good to see you on trail again.
Yeah. Hope we catch up with you a little later.
Cool. Oh yeah, I'm sure you will, for sure.
We'll try.
So in the what brothers gave me a weather update. I hadn't really looked at the weather much, other than just to know that there was a chance of rain tomorrow. But they told me around 11 tonight it's supposed to rain, and between 9 and 11 in the morning. So I'm grateful to have that information. When I set up this evening, I plan to throw up a tarp and play it safe. I'll tell you one fella I'd like to run into again is Nimble Wheel Nomad. He's probably a couple days ahead of me now, because he doesn't really take zeros and he's real consistent. I think he does around 12 miles a day, something like that is his goal, but he's very consistent about it. And I heard about him being around me right before I took a 0 day, so he's probably about 2 days ahead of me now. But I'd love to run into him again and get to talk with him at length, for several reasons. One is that I'd really love to hear about some of his experiences. I enjoy talking with folks that are in advanced age, because they have seen a whole lot in their lifetime, and it's really interesting to kind of hear their take on things, because you can imagine, like, our opinions continuously evolve. So with that much time, especially Nimblewell, because he's 82, fixing to be 83 years old, I bet you that man knows some stuff, and I'd love to talk with him. But one other thing is I'd kind of like to show him my setup, my new backpack, because he's one that I've seen on this trip so far I was really impressed with. He's got a Gossamer Gear Murmur backpack, which is 36 liters with all the pockets and everything, and it's very, very similar to the size of this pack, but it's got a waist belt on it. And he's got a really lightweight shelter, and I think he said he's around 5 pounds for his base weight, and that's really impressive. I've got to start changing my trail habits just a little bit, and start taking into consideration the cold soaking of dinner in the afternoons, and about when I want to eat, what I'm going to be fixing, and prep it while I'm on trail. Been climbing since I left Sam's Gap, and we're starting to get some elevation now. Oh, it's been a smooth trail and easy walking. I'm really enjoying this day. Hey, I reinstated video stabilization on my phone. I realized I had turned everything, all the settings off. So far, Big Ball is looking very reminiscent of several of the balds that I ran across in the Smokies. You got sections with the trees and little wildflowers, and the grassy bald. We'll see what it looks like as we go. And here we go, Big Ball is starting to open up into a big grassy field. I'm interested to see if anybody is camping up here tonight. Here's some of the views from Big Bald. Wow. Here's more of Big Bald. I think that's us over there. Not 100% sure yet. But this is really something. Hello. So it is such a small world. I'm hiking along with Crunchy. I met Crunchy and Beast the other day and ran into him again up here on Big Bald. And Crunchy is telling me about her experience with roller derby. So that's pretty awesome. I'm enjoying talking about it with her. My wife was in roller derby as well. So pretty cool stuff. So I walked along with Crunchy for a while and we talked about roller derby and all sorts of stuff. And then we got to the shelter and walked to the shelter. Ended up standing there blabbing for about 20 minutes. And so I decided it'd be best to continue on down the trail a little ways. I've got 16.9 miles left to get to Nolichucky, the Nolichucky River tomorrow. To Uncle Johnny's, which is just before the Nolichucky River. So I kind of wanted to knock some more off of that, but it's supposed to rain tonight. I'd like to set up, have a good setup tonight. I'd like to do it in the daylight, and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So I left the shelter and I'm walking. There's a campsite just a little ways down. I figured I'd stop there, maybe eat, and evaluate whether or not I want to stay there. So the trail's right over there. This is the tent site. I'm thinking I may stay right down here somewhere. I'm gonna look at setting up the tarp, finding me a good place to lay down, and I'm gonna set up the tarp around it. So like I said, it's supposed to rain tonight, and here's my tarp set up. I learned this method from Mr. Evan Schaefer at Evan's Backpacking Videos, and I love this setup. It'll keep you dry. It could be a monsoon tonight. As long as you got good draining ground, you'll stay dry. I've got a little spot here at the end to get in, and I used 0 stakes for this. I just grabbed a couple of branches and broke off pieces and stuck them in the ground. Love the setup. I'm still definitely not the master of cold soaking. I put too much water in my beans. But here's what we got. We got falafel and bean tacos. I'm gonna have 2 of them. I'm not super duper hungry today, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat 2 because I got a big 16-mile day ahead of me tomorrow. So I'm gonna eat, hang the bear bag, and go ahead and call it a night. Morning, it is May 3rd, 7 o'clock. I am working on packing everything back up. Got a little different routine with the new backpack. Slept well last night, stayed good and dry. It rained a little bit last night, but fortunately not all night. So getting packed up, gonna get some breakfast started and get down the trail. The goal today will be the Nolichucky River to get to Uncle Johnny's. It's gonna be a little bit over 16 miles. So I'm gonna have to hustle today. I've already been passed by another hiker. He's going to the same place. This is a cool area. Sign said High Rocks. I haven't been looking at the map. So this gentleman came up behind me and We were comparing rain kilts, and what did you say your trail name was again?
Brewmeister.
Brewmeister. And why the name Brewmeister?
Because I'm a brewer in real life.
Oh, very cool. And where are you from?
I'm from Seattle.
Seattle. Man, you are a ways from home.
I am. It's a long flight.
Why are you hiking the AT?
I wanted to do a long through hike, and I hadn't seen a lot of the East Coast. I've seen a lot of the West Coast, so the AT just kind of shined out to me. I also had a coworker at a brewery that hiked this and had great things to say about it. So
Yeah, very cool.
yeah,
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
nice to meet you.
All right, it's 10 after 11, and I just passed Spivey Yap. The rain clouds cleared, and the sun started beaming down. If this wonderful sunshine persists, I'm going to find a place and stop and dry out my gear. My tarp is wet, and my my ground sheet got a little wet because it started raining on me while I was packing up. This is a beautiful little spot. A screaming bathtub. Well, the break in the rain only lasted a few minutes. I broke out the rain gear again. So it is 5:35, and I am slowly working my way through the last 1.9 miles to get down to the Nolichucky River. And looks like it's going to be a rock fest. I'm experiencing a little bit of calf pain in my right calf. That's a first. But I suspect it'll work itself out just like all the other little pains. It just sucks right now. Some first views of the Nolichucky River. I've still got 1.2 miles to go. Going slow. I'm nursing this calf and taking it easy on the rocks. I called ahead to let him know I'll be there, but my legs are a little mad at me, so I'm going slow. But so interestingly, they have bikes down here at the hostel that I can use to go to the Mexican restaurant. There's a Mexican restaurant a mile from the hostel. So I'm gonna go check that out for sure. I made it to Erwin, Tennessee. There's the Nolichucky River. I think that may be the hostel right over there. Free town shuttles for guests. All right. I will check in later. All right, here's my humble abode for this evening. Shoot, I'm not used to this. This is nice. So this room is fantastic. It locks. It's got a couch, all sorts of stuff in here. I've got all my gear spread out, turn the fan on. I'm gonna ride a bicycle to town and get some Mexican food. Woohoo! These guys in front of me are on one wheels and they are flying. I don't know if I can catch them. There they go. Woohoo! Made it to the Nachos Amigos. Oh, Panchos Amigos. Very nice.